Very, very good afternoon, friends. This is Rahul Ghosh here. Can all of you all confirm if you can hear my voice loud and clear? Fantastic. And I hope all of you can see my screen. Let me just load my screen. Resume. Yeah, I hope all of you can see my screen as well. Fantastic. We have only about 3, 6, 10 people in the house as of now. How's everybody doing after the weekend? Good, bad, good, great, says Aarti. Hitesh says good, fine, thanks, Monica. Okay, fantastic. We'll wait for a minute or two, guys. As always, we'll wait for a minute or two. Hopefully the other people will join in by then, and then we'll go ahead and start the session. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and start. Too hot in Delhi, says Vikas. I can imagine. Balaji, will we need cash for the OTA accounts to trade? Not today, Balaji, because we've not learnt all the OTA concepts. We won't require cash today. Maybe tomorrow, starting tomorrow or day after is when we're going to start putting live trades in the system. Guru, I'm unable to hear anything. Is it only me with everyone? Okay, Guru, I was not saying anything, Guru. So the last class which we had on Friday, we were discussing about how to mark demand zones. Yes, and we had done a couple of examples on how we would go about marking our zones. If you remember, while marking our zones, we use this kind of an approach. Let me just show you an example. Like for example, if I have a zone over here, all of you would agree that two lines make up my zone. Two horizontal lines is what makes up my zone. Now these two horizontal lines have a name. The line that is closest to my current market price, which one would that be? The upper one or the lower one? The line that is closest to my current market price, which is going to be the upper one, is going to be called as my proximal line. I repeat, that would be called as my proximal line. The reason the word proximal, because proximity to my current market price is there, and the line that is farthest away from my current market price, I repeat, the line that is farthest away, that is the bottom line, is going to be called as my distal line. Okay, proximal because of close proximity, distal line because of it being farthest away. I want you to keep these two in mind. Also, we give certain names while marking our zones. Now, this green candle, would you all agree that this is a rally? This green candle, would you all agree it is a rally? This candle, this boring candle, would you all agree it is called as a base candle? This boring candle, I'll change the color so that all of you are clear. This boring candle in the center is called as a base candle. And what is this candle again called? What is this green candle again called? This is called as a leg out or a rally again. So this formation is called as a rally, base, rally. I repeat, this formation is called as a rally, base, and a rally. Let me give you another example. Look at this formation over here. Now, what is the color of this candle over here, friends? What is the color of this candle? This candle is red. A red candle signifies a drop or signifies a rally? A red candle, all of you will agree, signifies a drop. So this would be called as a drop, base, and a rally. Perfect, Nikhil. This would be called as a drop, base, rally. In both the scenarios, you will notice that the last word being used is a rally. Can anybody tell me why? In both the cases, why is it that the last word is a rally? Can anybody tell me why? Because the move is to the upside and it is green in color. You're absolutely right. Because it is green in color and towards the upside. Absolutely right, guys. Absolutely right. Which signifies a rally. Okay, let me give you another example. What will this be called? What will this be called? This will also be called as a drop, base, and a rally. Perfect, guys. It would be called as a drop, base, and a rally. What about this one over here? Just write the short form. It's more than enough. Again, absolutely right. This would be a drop, base, and a rally. What about this one over here? What will this be called? This would be called our rally, base, and a rally. Perfect, guys. We are good to go. Okay. Now the distal line is the one that is closest. The distal line is the one that is farthest away from my current market price. The proximal line is the one that is closest to my current market price. We learned the zoning process already. Now there are three ways in which you can mark your zone, friends. There are three ways in which you can mark your zone. How do we mark our zone normally? If I take this particular example, I mark it from the highest body of the highest base to the lowest wick of the lowest base. Yes, highest body of the highest base to the lowest wick of the lowest base. Another way of marking it is highest wick to the lowest wick, friends. Another way of marking it is highest wick to the lowest wick. Clear, everybody? This way of marking our zone is actually a more aggressive style, friends. This way of marking it from the highest wick to the lowest wick is a more aggressive style of marking zones. We are going to follow a little more conservative way, which is your highest body of the highest base to the lowest wick of the lowest base. Clear, all of y'all? Give me a quick yes or a no, please. Yeah. Now let's move on to supply zones, friends. We learnt about demand zones. Let's understand on how to mark supply zones. Let's take an example. Let's go to the daily chart. Zoom reset. Remove. Yes. Okay. And let's take an example. Let's see. Glenmark again down 5% today. Lovely. Okay. Now I'm looking to mark a supply zone in Aurobindo Pharma, friends. I'm looking to mark a supply zone in Aurobindo Pharma. Now, if I'm looking to mark my supply zone, we understood the steps to mark demand zone the other day. Today, we're going to understand the steps to mark supply zones. Let's open up Microsoft Word, the same document that we used the other day. Microsoft Office. We have PowerPoint, Excel, Office, and let's go to Word. Steps for marking zones. Open. We learned how to mark demand zones. Now we're going to learn the steps to mark supply zones. Okay, and we need to finish this quickly, guys. Yes, let's put in steps to mark supply zones. Okay, step number one, I look left and up starting from my current market price till I see a huge drop in price. Okay, I look left and up starting from my current market price till I see a huge drop in price. This big drop, okay, and in caveats I'll put not cutting candles, not cutting candles. This huge drop has to be an exciting candle, and I call this as my leg out. Okay, step number 3. Next to my leg out candle, I need to have boring candle or candles to mark my base. Yes, and next to the base candle, I have my leg in, which should also be exciting. Yes, once all these steps are done, I go ahead and mark my zone. How do I mark my zone? I mark the highest wick of the highest candle to the lowest body of the lowest base as my supply zone. Yeah, very similar in terms of steps. Let me save this. Let me underline this portion. And let's see how we can use this in the live markets. Okay, I want to mark a supply zone in Aurobindo Pharma. I beg your pardon. Step number 1 says that I look left and up till I find a big drop in price. Now, if this is my current market price, can you see a huge drop over here? Can you see this big drop over here where my cursor is, friends? Now, if I start with my current market price, can I reach the base of this candle without cutting candles? Can I reach the base of this candle without cutting candles? Moreover, if I mark this zone like this, all of you would agree that prices have already come and touched my zone, which means that this is a tested zone. Can we take tested zones? Absolutely not. We cannot take tested zones. Can you see any other big drop in price, friends? Can you see any other big drop in price? Can you share with me the price? 670 says Anthony and 660 says Srinivas. Both of you are absolutely right. There is a big drop over here. Now, is this candle an exciting candle or a boring candle, friends? No prizes for guessing. You will have to agree that the body portion is much greater than the wick portion, which means this becomes my leg out candle. This candle becomes my leg out candle. Now the candle next to this becomes as my base candle because it is boring. Okay, so this becomes my base candle. What about the first one over here? Exciting or boring, this candle over here? This red candle, is this an exciting candle or is this a boring candle? Exciting, and this becomes my leg in candle. This candle becomes my leg in. Okay. So I have my leg in, I have my base, I have my leg out. Now how do I mark my zone? My supply zone is marked as highest wick of the highest base, which is this one, and the lowest body of the lowest base. You would agree that this is the lowest part of the body of the base. What do I do now? I go to the top left corner of the screen, select the supply zone tool and drag and drop my supply zone like this. I remove this vertical line and horizontal lines this way. This becomes my supply zone in Aurobindo Pharma. Leg out is cutting. Balaji, if I start with my current market price over here, I can traverse over the wicks and reach the base here without cutting candles. Are you talking about this leg out cutting, Balaji? The leg out, the zone is allowed to do that, Balaji, my friend. It is only outside the zone you are not allowed to cut candles. This leg out is the part of the zone itself, so it doesn't matter. Yeah? Let's look at another example, friends. Let's look at another example. Let's go to Reliance Infra and let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's say I go to a 15-minute chart. Any good example? No. I want to mark a supply zone in IDEA on the 60-minute chart, ladies and gentlemen. I want to mark a 60-minute supply zone in IDEA. What is step number one? Step number one is I start with my current market price. Step number two says that I look left and up till I find a huge drop in price. Would you all agree that there is a huge drop in price over here? By the way, Hari, I didn't see you. Good to see you in the session. I hope you've been following all the previous sessions, Hari. Yes, feel free to ask me if you find it difficult anywhere, Hari. Would all of you agree I have a huge drop in price over here? This candle where I have this huge drop, the origin of this candle over here, this exciting candle I mark as my leg out. This becomes my leg out. Now, how many base candles or boring candles are you all able to see over here? We are able to see two base candles. Yes, these two base candles here become my base, and the candle following this over here, this is a boring candle or is this an exciting candle, friends? This is also an exciting candle, you will agree, and hence this becomes perfect, Hitesh. My leg in. So I have my leg in, I have my base, I have my leg out. How do I mark my zone? I mark the highest wick of the highest base, and I mark the lowest body of the lowest base. I go to the top left corner of the screen, select my supply zone tool, drag and drop my supply zone. I remove these horizontal lines and remove these vertical lines. This becomes my supply zone in IDEA on the 60-minute time frame. Rahul, I could not access the lab platform. I contacted if they are taking care of. Okay. Everybody else has logged into the lab apart from Anthony? Has everybody else logged into their lab? Okay, Anthony, let me just quickly have a word with IT. Give me a minute. But Anthony, I'm able to see you in the lab. Hitesh also, is it? Give me a second. Yeah, they'll get in touch with you, Anthony and Hitesh. That should be solved. Shall we do one more example, or do you all want to try and I'll give you an example? How do you all want to do it? Rahul, the chart, what I'm seeing, the lab differs slightly from what I'm seeing in your screen. Guru, yes, you need to change the settings. Go to settings. You need to make sure that adjust with market hours is check marked, show post close data is check marked, limited number of ticks on the chart is check marked. Make sure these three are check marked, my friend. Okay, I want to mark, I'm going to show you one more example, guys, and then we are going to do it. I want to mark my supply zone on the 60-minute chart in OBC. I repeat, I want to mark my supply zone on the 60-minute chart in OBC. Where can you see a big drop in price, guys? Where can you guys see a big drop in price? Okay. Nikhil says 177. Anthony says 173. Balaji says 187. Okay, now pay attention over here, friends. And if you see, all of you will have agreed that there is a big drop over here. Yes, no? All of you will agree that there is a big drop in price over here. Yes. Now this big drop becomes my leg out. But next to my leg out, do I have a boring candle to mark my base? No, which means can I mark my supply zone then over here? Absolutely not, because all the three criteria of a leg in, base and the leg out has to be fulfilled. It has to be in the order of exciting, boring, exciting, or exciting, multiple boring candles, and then another exciting candle. What about this level over here, friends? Can I mark this drop, base drop over here as my supply zone? Would all of you agree that if I start with my current market price and if I look left and up to reach the base portion of this candle, I have to cut this candle? Would all of you agree I have to cut this candle? Yes? Am I allowed to cut candles, friends? Absolutely not. I am not allowed to cut candles, and hence I cannot mark this as my zone. Next, will you all agree there is another big drop in price over here? Yes, this candle I can mark as my leg out. This candle becomes my... How many base candles do I have over here, friends? How many base candles? I have 3 base candles over here, and then this red candle becomes my leg in. Let me mark this as my base. I have my leg in, I have my base, I have my leg out. I take the highest wick of the highest base. Okay. Now friends, in this particular case, our zone will not be marked from the highest wick to the lowest body. I will explain later why. Okay. Let's not get confused. But in this case, my zone will be marked in this fashion. Okay. I'll explain later why, guys. Don't get confused. But I want you to understand the rationale of how I marked my supply zone over here. That rationale is everybody clear with? Somebody mentioned 188. Yes, you can mark this also as your supply zone. In fact, this move is also very, very explosive. Srinivas, if your chart is different, my friend, you need to adjust your settings. So what I'll do is I'll have a look at each and every one of your charts. Okay, let's plan an example. I want all of you to open up your charts and open up your labs and mark a supply zone on the daily chart of Biocon. I want you to mark a supply zone in the daily chart of Biocon. Yeah, Srinivas, when you're doing it, everybody clear? Mark a daily supply zone in Biocon. And once you guys are done, let me know. I'll have a look at your system. Yeah? Oh, okay. Because already done. All of you guys are already done. Let's have a look. We'll start with Amitabh because he comes first in my lab. His name comes first. Let me check. Amitabh, absolutely perfectly done. Or who did? Oh, sorry, Nikhil. I had a look at yours. Nikhil, yes, absolutely perfectly done. Let's have a look at Amitabh. Amitabh, loading. Perfectly done, Amitabh. Then we have Aarti. Aarti, let's have a look. Perfect, Aarti. Then we have Guru. Okay, we have Aryant Dugar as well. Aryant, are you done? Yes, Aryant, let's have a look. Perfect, Aryant. Then Balaji, let's have a look at Balaji. Perfect, Balaji. Then we have who else? Srinivas. Let's have a look at Srinivas. Srinivas, no, my friend. No, my friend, you've made a mistake, Srinivas. A supply zone is marked from the leg out, base, leg in. Can you see you've ignored one base candle while marking the zone? Because the rule says the lowest body of the lowest base. Which is the lowest body of the lowest base? No, Aryant. Not two. One zone you have to mark, my friend, Srinivas. Monica. Okay. Perfect, Monica. Srinivasan, mark one zone, not two zones. Anthony, are you done, Anthony? Let's have a look at Guru. Okay, we'll wait for you, Anthony. Guru, yes, your settings are a little different, but you've marked it perfectly, Guru. Who else? Bikash, did we finish yours? Bikash, absolutely right. Who else are we left with? Hitesh. Hitesh, did you manage to do it, or are you still facing an issue in IT? Okay, so we'll wait for Hitesh and we'll wait for Bikash. I'm sorry, we'll wait for Hitesh and we'll wait for Anthony. Meanwhile, one more example we want to do. So let me give you another example. Hitesh, have you done? Let me know. Okay, fantastic, Hitesh. Coming, Srinivas. Okay, this is an interesting one. Friends, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tricky example. I want you to mark all the supply zones in IDFC Bank on the 60-minute chart. For those of you who have finished, mark all the supply zones in IDFC on the 60-minute chart. Just remove that menu. Srinivas, just remove that menu. Perfect, Srinivas. Well done. Perfect. Hitesh, let's just check. I'm not able to see Hitesh. You'll have to zoom it in. Remove the volume bar, Hitesh. No, Hitesh. That is not correct based on the rules I have taught you. Hitesh, have you done Ignite before? No, Hitesh. Based on my rules, I haven't taught you any rules with respect to gaps still. So whatever we've covered, based on that, where will you mark your zone? For those of you who finished, I want you to basically mark all the supply zones on the 60-minute time frame with respect to IDFC Bank. Sure, Hitesh, take your time. IDFC Bank. The chart is on my screen. Okay, done. Some of you all have already, no fresh, no Nikhil, that's not true. That's not true, my friend. Arihant, let's look at Arihant, screen 1. Okay, Amitabh, your name comes first. Let's have a look at Amitabh. All the supply zones. No, you've not marked all of them, my friend. That's okay, Nikhil. Amitabh, you've missed out. Guys, please make sure your settings. Just 1 second, I'm taking control of your system, Amitabh. I just want to see if your settings are the same as mine. Just a second. See, your settings are not same as mine, Amitabh. I'm assuming you've downloaded the new version of Trade Tiger. That's why your setting window is also not the same. Because your chart is showing different as mine. This is how the chart looks. Nikhil. Nikhil is marked, okay. Okay. Mark the third one correctly, no, Nikhil. I don't think you marked the third one correctly. Fourth one, okay. Looking good, Nikhil. Looking good. Just the third one, I think you've not marked it correctly. All and these three checkboxes appear on separate tabs. Yeah, I am aware, Aarti. So in the newer version, since I use one version older, I'm not sure where the newer tabs come. And that is why there's a difference in chart maybe. No, Nikhil, you've not marked it correctly. Because in the 65.35 to the 65.25 zone, you have to mark it till the lowest body of the lowest base, right? Can you see it's not marked at the lowest body of the lowest base? No, I'm talking about this. Let me take control and show you. Bhuvaneshwari, welcome to the session. We learned how to mark supply zones, Bhuvaneshwari. There you go. That's how it's marked. Yeah? Anyway, after Nikhil, let's move on to the next person. Srinivas says, please look. Let's have a look, Srinivas. Srinivas, I'm taking control of your system. Just coming, Balaji. The zone right at the top, Srinivas, would you feel it is tested or it is fresh? The zone right at the top. 66. Fresh, okay, if you're sure, when I mark it in my system, I'll have a check. Balaji, let's have a look at yours. So Balaji, zone number 3, that is 64.55 to 64.95. What do you think? Is it fresh or is it tested? Has price ever come back and touched your zone? Look carefully, Balaji. That blue candle has come inside your zone and tested it. After your leg out, I'm talking about the third zone. After your leg out, can you see the blue candle has come, touched it, and then prices have gone down? Are you able to see it? Not getting it? Let me show you. Let me bring the screen here. Look at my screen, Balaji. Look at my screen. This is your lab only. Now this zone that you've marked over here, okay, this is a drop, base, base, and a drop. Can you see this candle has come inside the zone already after that? Which means that this zone is tested. Also, if you see, Balaji, you have not marked this zone till the lowest body of the lowest base. Are you getting my point, my friend? The lowest body of the lowest base is what it has to be marked to. But otherwise, you've got the rationale correct. Monica, let's have a look at yours. Pleasure, Balaji. You might have missed one, Monica. Have a look. You might have missed one. Over 64.25, that zone, over that zone, there is another one. Hitesh, I think you might have also missed a zone. Just check once. I could be wrong, but check because your settings are different. But check if you've missed a zone or not. Let me take control and let me see, Hitesh. Give me a minute. Okay, just check if that zone that I've marked is fresh or tested, Hitesh. If it's tested, you're right because I'm not able to see because of the small screen. Srinivas, I think your settings are more or less good to go. Let's have a look at, just a second. Yeah. It seems tested, okay. It is tested at your end, Hitesh. That's why I told you to check. Aarti, are you done? Aryant, are you done? No, we are in IDFC Bank, Bhuvaneshwari. Okay, Aarti, let's just check. Absolutely perfect. Arihant, let's check yours. Perfect, Arihant, perfect. Okay, who else? Anthony, you're still having problems, Anthony? Hari, what about you? Hari, did you complete? The charts are not showing. Just log off and log in, my friend. Press DTJ on the keyboard. D for doll, T for talk, J for Jamaica. DTJ on the keyboard, or get in touch with IT, no? Let me show it to you on the screen, friends, on where the different supply zones are. Okay, I have one supply zone over here. This is called as a drop, base, drop. Then I have one more supply zone over here. Exciting, boring, boring, exciting. This is called as a drop, base, drop again. Then I have one more supply zone over here. Again another drop, base, drop. And finally I have one supply zone over here. Again, this is a drop. What is this called, guys? Will this also be a drop, base, drop? This will be called as a rally, base, and a drop. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. What is the strong supply zone? What do you mean by that, Anthony? Are you asking me which one of the four is good to go? Is that your question? So, Anthony, going forward, we would discuss a concept called odd enhancers, in which we are going to give a score to each level and decide out of the multiple levels here which is the best level to take a trade. Yeah, Hitesh, I see your chart is working. We are looking at IDFC Bank, my friend, and marking the supply zones on the 60-minute. Okay, friends, I hope everybody is clear, or do you want one more exercise before we take a break? Shall we do one last exercise? Then we'll get into multiple time frame analysis after the break. Yeah? One more exercise, friends. I want you to mark on the 60-minute chart. I want you to mark on the 60-minute chart of Adani Ports the closest two supply zones and the closest two demand zones. In the Adani Port 60-minute chart, I want you to mark the closest two supply zones and the closest two demand zones. Closest to fresh, closest to demand fresh, closest to supply fresh. Yeah? Quickly, guys, I'll give you 5 minutes. Closest to supply and closest to demand. on the 60-minute chart, Hitesh. Let's have a look at Bikash. Bikash, your lab, I'm not able to see. Because I'm not able to see your lab. What name is it under? You have to tell me, Hari. Absolutely perfect, Hari, my friend. Absolutely perfect. OTA 139. No. What is the name? Because I don't see any Bikash Preet in the session. There is only one Bikash Paul. Is that yours? Is Bikash Paul yours? Okay. I would recommend changing your screen color to white, but anyway, it becomes more difficult to see. You've marked 1 and 1, my friend. I want one more. You missed one. 2. Okay, Guru is done. Let's have a look at Guru's. Perfectly done, Guru. Perfectly done. Hitesh. Yes, you're right, Hitesh. Srinivas. Srinivas, you have to unzoom for me to see. No, I can see only one supply zone, Srinivas. What about the demand zones? Balaji? Amitabh says done. Perfect, Amitabh. Nikhil, you had already done, right? Anyway, let's open it up. That is correct, Nikhil. Srinivas. Okay, one more I need, Srinivas. Yeah, perfect, Srinivas. Good going. Anybody else pending to finish? But more or less you've got the idea. I'll just mark it for everybody. So this is my closest demand. Okay. This becomes my second closest demand. And my supply zone is this one over here. Now quick question to everybody. Okay, let me mark that correctly. Can I mark this one as my supply zone this way? Can I mark this one as my supply zone? Yes, no? Absolutely No, you can't, because can you see prices have come back and touched the zone after your leg out candle? After the leg out candle, prices have come and touched the zone, which makes this zone tested. Which makes this zone tested. Hence, you cannot mark this as your supply zone. We're looking only for fresh zones, friends. We're looking only for fresh zones. Yeah? Clear, everybody? Absolutely, that's the word, Srinivasan. What we're going to do is, everybody clear with this concept first before we proceed? Give me a quick yes or no. We have how much? 4, 8, 11 people in the house. Yeah, we're going to take a quick 10-12 minute break, guys. And after the 10-12 minute break, let's come back and let's get into multiple time frame analysis. Let's finish our break 10 to 12 minutes and let's come back and get into multiple time frame analysis. Thank you guys, and see you after the break. Okay, everybody back from the break, friends? Let's get into multiple time frames. Now, you saw we did an exercise on Friday and today on marking our demand and supply zones. But a very important question arises that which time frame are we going to apply or mark our zones in? Yes, now sometimes you saw me going to the 60-minute chart, sometimes you saw me going to the daily chart, sometimes you saw me going to the 15-minute chart. It is very imperative to understand that exactly which time frame I need to mark my zone in. We are actually going to learn 3 different types of time frames. Okay, we're going to understand 3 different types of time frames. So let's quickly go through it. Traders should always understand the overall market environment and not just one time frame. Traders use multiple time frame analysis in order to clearly see what the markets or the stocks is doing and where it is likely to go. Your purpose for trading will impact which time frames you look at. There are 3 different types of time frame, friends. You have a higher time frame, which is used to mark your location or the curve. Now I know most of you here don't know what location or curve means. We are going to come to that in the future. You have an intermediate time frame which is used to assess the trend. On what basis do you all, to the basic students who've finished Ignite, you would have learned about identifying trend using the 50 period simple moving average. Am I correct? We are going to learn how to identify our trend using the Dow theory, guys, which is a much more advanced and a much more relevant way to mark my trend using higher highs and higher lows, that is price action or the Dow theory. And finally, we are going to have our lower time frame, which is used to identify, or this is our execution time frame, where we are going to mark our demand and supply zones. Now, there are 4 styles of trading, friends. Okay, I'm going to open up the WordPad again. Let me save this. Do you all want to take a screenshot of this, any of you? Steps to mark supply zones. I'll leave it on for a minute. Steps to mark supply zones. And if you want to take a picture of steps to mark demand zone also, I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, I can. It's just easier, no hurry, taking a screenshot so that you have a record. Otherwise, if somebody doesn't get it, we'll have that issue. Yeah, let's open up another file in new trading styles and time frames. Trading styles. Let's make this center, make it a little bigger. Okay, there are 4 types of trading styles we're going to learn as. First is going to be an hourly income trader. Second is going to be your daily income trader. Third is going to be our weekly income trader. And fourth is going to be our monthly income trader. Okay, what does an hourly income trader mean? Let me underline this. Okay, an hourly income trader is a person who is looking to generate income, or his position lasts for a couple of hours. His position lasts for a couple of hours. A daily income is a position that lasts for a couple of hours to a couple of days. A weekly income trader is one whose position lasts for couple of weeks, as the name suggests. Arihant, you'll have to stick to the genre of course we are in. Different courses go to one level advanced after that and a level advanced before that. Whether it is short term or long term, tell me my friend. Short term refers to hourly income, daily income. Long term refers to weekly income, monthly income. That's the only difference, my friend. Monthly income lasts for couple of months. Okay, this is lasts for 1 week or a couple of weeks. This is lasts for 1 month or a couple of months. Yes, these are the 4 styles of trading we are going to use in the professional trader course, friends. Now each style of trading has a different set of time frames. I repeat, each style of trading has a different set of time frames. For an hourly income trader, okay, let me go up. The higher time frame or your location time frame, okay, the highest time frame or your location time frame is going to be the 60-minute chart. Your intermediate time frame or your trending time frame is going to be your 15-minute chart. Your lower time frame or your zoning time frame, that is where you mark your demand and supply zones, is going to be your 5-minute chart. If there is no zone on the 5-minute chart, you can go to the 10-minute chart, friends. I repeat, if you don't find a zone on the 5-minute chart, then you can go to the 10-minute time frame. Just a second, guys. Just a second, please. Yeah, next let's go on to your daily income trader. Okay, just a second, guys. I don't know why my system is getting hanged. Yeah, next one is your daily income trader. Daily income trader. Now, a daily income trader, your higher time frame or your location time frame, okay, location, let me just copy this so it's easier. Your higher time frame is going to be, as the name suggests, the daily chart, friends. Always remember, the location time frame will be in the name itself, friends. The name of the time frame for location will be there in the name itself. Your trending time frame is going to be the 60-minute chart, and your zoning time frame is going to be the 15-minute chart. If there is no zone on the 15-minute, you can look at the 30-minute. I repeat, if there is no zone on the 15-minute, then you can look at the 30 minutes. Next is your weekly income trader. Let me show you the time frames for the same. Underline. Your higher time frame is going to be what is going to be a higher time frame chart, guys? What do you feel? I mentioned it is written in the name itself. The location time frame will always be there in the name. The location time frame in this chart is going to be the weekly chart. Absolutely perfect. Thank you. Your trending time frame is going to be your daily chart. Your location time frame, friends, will be the 60 minutes, 75 minutes, 125 minute or the 240 minute chart. Some of you might not be familiar with the 75 and 125 minute charts. It's going to be 60, 75 minute, 125 minute and the 240 minute chart, guys. Keep this in mind. Then you have the monthly income trader. When you are in the monthly income trader, your location time frame is going to be the monthly chart. Your intermediate time frame is going to be the weekly chart. Your zoning time frame is going to be the daily chart. Okay. If there is no good looking zone on the daily chart, only then can you look for a zone in the weekly. I repeat, if there is no good zone on the daily chart, then you can look for a zone on the weekly. Do you all want to quickly take a screenshot of this, guys? Let me make it a tad bit smaller so it comes in one page, or tries to come in one page at least. Let me know once you all are done. Let me know once you guys are done. Yeah, the rest of you, Bikash, Hari, Guru, Hitesh, all of you done? Okay, great. Srinivas. Now, let me make this bigger. We'll just recap, friends. Your higher time frame is used for your location or your big picture. I repeat, the higher time frame is used for your location or your big picture. Your intermediate time frame is used to identify your trend. I repeat, your intermediate time frame is used to identify your trend. Your lower time frame is used to identify or used to do your zoning process. I repeat, the lower time frame is used to do the zoning process. Arihant, there is no preferred. The time frame which will be preferred, which will be the one in which the level structure looks the best. And we'll come to that, my friend. Wherever the level structure looks the best, that is going to be the most preferred time frame. Clear, everybody? Yes, no? Okay. Let's do an exercise, friends. I don't want to start curve analysis today. I want you all to do a new exercise. Okay. Infi, the stock of Infosys. I want you all to open up Infosys. Just a second. Yeah. In the stock of Infosys, okay, on the weekly chart, in the stock of Infosys on the weekly chart, I want you to mark the two closest demand zones and the two closest supply zones. Okay, and once we finish this, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what big picture or your location is all about. Okay, I want you to mark in the stock of Infosys the two closest demand zones and the two closest supply zones. And let me know once you're done, guys. Vikas says done, Guru says done. I love the way you'll finish it so quickly. Let's look at Guru. Aarti says done. Okay, okay. Well, what about the second demand zone, my friend? Guru, the second demand zone? Not getting two, I doubt that. I can see one on my screen. Because you're saying not getting two, because I want to see the second demand zone. Let's have a look at Aarti. Srinivas, there is one. Look carefully. That is why I have given you the exercise. That is the reason for this exercise. Yes, Aarti, the ones you've marked are correct. Hari says done. Hari, let's have a look at yours. You've missed one, Hari. Although the one you've marked is correct, but you've missed one before that. Guru, I would suggest getting in touch with IT, because I won't be able to do it if you're itself finding it too small from here. It's not there in the chart. What is not there, Arians, my friend? Hari says just above that. Exactly, Hari. That's the one I'm talking about. Let me have a look at Aryant. You're not able to find the second demand, you're saying, Aryant. Anthony, did you get your problem solved? Anthony, oh, not in the session. Yeah, Anthony, you're in the session. Did you get your problem solved, Anthony? Aryan, just increase your zoom in so I can see and I can show you where the second one is. Okay. So what is the issue, Anthony, exactly with your system? Okay, just let me take control of your system, Aryan. 1 second. Oh, okay, Anthony, unfortunate. No, your chart is incorrect, Aryant. Your chart settings are incorrect. Your chart itself is showing incorrect. No, with the new settings, I am not aware, but your chart settings are showing incorrect. This is how the chart looks like, friends. This is how the chart looks like. Okay, let me get in touch with IT. Just a minute, Nikhil. ठीक है, Nikhil Bhardwaj, just check his lab. Okay, ठीक है. Nikhil Bhardwaj. Okay, I've asked IT to get in touch with you, Nikhil. Did you change it, Aryan? Did you change your settings? It's fine, only other charts appear okay. Then what is the issue with Infi? What about the rest of you? Balaji, Srinivas? Corporate action is not enabled in your chart, I have a feeling. That could be the reason. Again, you'll have to check with IT Aryant. Yeah? Balaji facing some issues with lab. Hitesh, what is the issue? What is the issue? Trying again, okay. Fair enough, Balaji. Srinivas unable to do what? I would suggest, guys, everybody having problem with the charts, after the session is over or before the session starts tomorrow, please get it sorted out with IT. Yeah, so let's not waste time, friends. Let me mark it for you guys, and let's get into the basic aspect of the concept of location. Okay, my two closest supplies, if you turn your attention to my screen, one would be this one over here, and the second one would be this level over here. What is this formation called? Can anybody tell me? What is this formation called? This is called as a drop, base, drop. Perfect. What is this called as? This formation is called as a rally, base, and a drop. Now, with respect to demand zones, I had one level over here. Okay. And I had one level over here. Okay. What are both these formations called? Can anybody tell me? What are both these formations called? They are called as a drop, base, and a rally, or your DBR. Perfect, friends. Perfect. Okay. Let's get on with the whole concept of location, guys. Let's get on with the whole concept of location. Okay. The word location is also called as big picture. Okay. Location is also called as big picture because it gives you an overview. Yes, it gives you an overview of the bigger scheme of things. Now I'm going to show you a small diagram. Diagram is, let's assume we have a demand zone over here, which is a, let's say, daily supply zone. Okay. Let's say I have a daily supply zone over here. And next to this daily supply zone, okay, let me highlight this. And I want all of you to pay attention over here, guys. Next to this daily supply zone, you have a 15-minute demand zone, or let's say a 10-minute demand zone. Again, I'm repeating, next to this 15-minute demand zone, you have a daily supply zone. Now, what do you feel? Will the orders of my 15-minute demand zone be stronger that it will take out my daily supply, or will my daily supply zone orders be stronger that it will take out my 15-minute demand zone? Which orders will be stronger? What do you all feel? I'll repeat the question for the benefit of everybody. What do you feel? Will my 15-minute demand zone be stronger in terms of order that it will take out my daily supply zone, or will my daily supply zone be stronger that it will take out my orders of the 15-minute demand zone? Daily supply zone. But why do you all say that the daily supply zone will have stronger orders? Always remember this, friends. Larger time frame zones are more powerful than smaller time frame zones. Larger time frame zones are more powerful than smaller time frame zones. Larger time frame zones have more orders pending as compared to smaller time frame zones. I repeat, larger time frame zones have more orders pending as compared to smaller time frame zones. Therefore, what am I trying to say with this? I am trying to say that isn't it very important or critical to find out where my larger time frame zones are while planning a trade? I repeat, isn't it then very critical to know where my larger time frame zones are when I am planning a trade? Because all you know that I'll be planning a trade in the 15-minute demand zone, and right next to my 15-minute demand zone there will be a big daily supply zone with so many pending orders that it will take my demand zone out. Possible? Guys, are you following what I'm trying to say? I am repeating it, friends. The daily, it always becomes imperative to know. I repeat, it always becomes imperative to know that where my larger time frame zones are while planning a trade, just so that we can keep a check. I repeat, just so that we can keep a check on this, we have the concept of location or big picture, so that we are aware. I repeat, so that we are aware of where the bigger zones and bigger orders are. Clear, everybody? Like I mentioned, that the style of trader we are determines what my location time frame is going to be. I repeat, the style of trader we are determines the kind of time frame we will use for location. For example, if we are a monthly income trader, our location is going to be the monthly time frame. If we are a weekly income trader, our location is going to be the weekly time frame. If we are a daily income trader, our location is going to be on the daily time frame. And if we are a hourly income trader, our location is going to be the hourly time frame. Are we clear, friends? Are we clear so far? Point number 2. Give me a yes or a no, guys, if you are clear. Just a second. Yeah. Now, there are 5 different types of locations. There are 5 different kinds of location. Okay, these are namely very conservative, or rather very low. Second, low. Third, equilibrium. Fourth, high. And fifth is very high. Okay, we have low, very low, equilibrium, high, and very high. 2 points always to remember, friends. 2 points we always need to remember. Point number 1 says that buying happens only in the low or very low in the curve. Buying happens only in the low or the very low of the curve. Second, selling happens on the high and very high of the curve. Now some of you must be wondering, what is this low, what is this very low, where the buying is going to happen. So don't worry about it, guys. We are going to get into the depth of all of this starting tomorrow. We are going to be discussing the location bit of it. Buying happens at the low and the very low of the curve. Always remember, very low is preferable. Selling happens at the high or the very high end of the curve. Always remember, very high is preferable. Yes? Clear, everybody, so far? Give me a quick yes or a no. And in case you guys want to take a screenshot, let me make this a little bigger, especially absolutely the new people. Balaji, who else? How many of you are absolutely new? Just give me a yes if you're absolutely new. Just give me a yes if you're absolutely new. Absolutely new to Ignite. What do you mean to Ignite, Balaji? This is the professional trader course that we're talking about. How many of you are absolutely new in learning the concept of location for the first time? Balaji says 1. How about the rest of y'all? Who else is learning the concept of the location for the first time? Okay, I'm not getting any replies. Okay, how many of you are learning it not for the first time? Because only I'm getting a yes from Balaji. I'm assuming then Anthony, Aarti, Vikas, Guru, Hari, Hitesh, Monica, Nikhil, and Srinivas, all of you have learned this before. Am I correct? All of you have learned this before. Then let me make a disclaimer, guys. All the people who are watching recordings, in case you find it difficult anywhere, please send me a mail with your query and I will answer your query in the session so that you can go back and watch the recording. I repeat, friends, all the friends of mine who are watching recordings, please mail me your queries so that I can answer the query in the session and therefore you can be at par with the rest of the class. Yes, is that clear? Once we finish the location portion, friends, and hopefully I'll start and try and start even trend tomorrow. After that, we are going to get into all the concepts which you guys are not familiar with. The Dow theory, the advanced gap concepts, the all-star entry, all that we are going to get into. Yeah, so I'm not going to go any further, friends, today because we want to start afresh with respect to my rules to mark my location, and that we will be starting tomorrow at our 1 o'clock session. Yes, so with this, I'll take your leave for today's session. Any questions? Yes, Balaji, we are going to discuss price curve or location or big picture tomorrow in detail. Any questions before we come to the end of today's lesson, guys? None till now. What to do for settings, Srinivas? And for everybody else who are having issues with settings, please get it sorted out today with IT or tomorrow morning before the session. Don't expect to call IT at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon just before the session and expect to get it done. Yes, get in touch with IT. Yeah. Okay, guys. No Kanha, no Monica. No practice as of now needed, because once we start trading live, that would be from the 17th of May. I repeat, once we start trading live on the 17th of May, that is when you will have homework. But as of now, we are nothing as such. Yeah, okay guys, so I'll close the session with that. Thank you so much for your attention, and let's meet each other tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Yes, thank you guys. 18th is a holiday. Yes, 18th is a holiday, Balaji, because I'm meeting some investors out of Bombay. So I'm traveling for that. That is why it's a holiday. Pleasure being here, friends. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock sharp. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.